Look at this! The analysis that Shiba Inu owners have been waiting for has finally arrived after 3 years of suspense. A fresh technical indicator and a huge finding have been made. Our 3 years of accumulation have paid off, and we have solved this pattern. When Shiba Inu is about to do something completely unexpected, remove a zero, no one is ready. Incredible upward trend, strong signs of a breakthrough. Sure enough, becoming a Shiba Inu millionaire is a notion that has been brought up before. But how does this really work? Please explain what you mean by analyzing data over a period of 3 years. Then I will do my best to explain. Your daily dose of Shiba wealthy coins is here. If Shiba is something that piques your interest, you have come to the right place. Subscribe if you want to know what's happening in the cryptocurrency market and get ahead of the curve with all the newest predictions. Make sure you hit the like button to get more Shiba news. A lot is occurring in the background right now, and it could lead to something big. More drastic price swings than we've seen in the Shiba Inu market in the past may be on the horizon. Only in the trades of the last day did the value of Shiba Inus hit a new weekly high of 7.37 trillion. There has been a massive uptick in activity. Major events have always been heralded whenever this surge type has happened in the past. Significant changes in price, whether rising or declining, are what we're referring to. Additionally, fresh data implies that even another paradigm shift might be on the horizon. The Shiba Inu is currently perched on a crucial ledge. Whenever the price drops for weeks, this area has reliably sent it flying as a support system for the price. What makes this zone even more important is that it aligns with a trend that has been going strong for quite a while. Almost like two levels of helpers are working together. But hold on a second. Anxiety levels are increasing when you combine a surge of transactions with this kind of growing network activity. You have instability. Absolutely, without a doubt. Everything shifts as a result. People thought Shiba Inu were either going through a quiet phase or were starting to vanish altogether. Now though, there are clear signs that something more substantial might be about to happen. These noises aren't accidental. What comes next is heavily hinted at by this. Read this if you're not convinced that a big thing is happening. Remarkably, Shiba Inu, a Layer 2 network tailored to Shiba Inus, has recently returned. The number of daily transactions has increased by 115%. It's happening twice as fast, and there's twice as much activity as recently. This kind of outburst doesn't just happen. Opposite, it shows that adoption is heating up. In the background, the ecosystem is getting stronger as the number of projects and users on the network increases. More details become apparent when one considers the other aspects, such as the rising pressure, the firm support level, and the rising amount of transactions. A puzzle piece is fitting into place, and it remains unseen by all. As we continued our investigation, we uncovered a disturbing development. A trader by the name of Bitfinity has made a noteworthy observation that suggests a possible breakout is developing as the Shiba Inu price approaches the top of a symmetrical triangle that has been in place for several years. For the past 3 years, this system has been in the works, and now it has reached its most extreme stage. A span of 3 years, that much time has passed since this pattern first appeared. In addition, what else happened in the past 3 years? That famous stock market boom of 2021. Actually, it's still there. 3.5 years later, when I was a lot older, Shiba Inu stunned the market and caught the attention of people throughout the world when that occurred. The minds of early holders will always remember that moment when a small meme money became a big wave. Perhaps we will be staring at a long-term technical pattern that is just as huge 3 years from now. Currently, the price range is somewhat restricted, spanning only 4 to 13. Overall, it has appeared like very little is happening, though we did witness a drop on May 6th and a slight uptick on May 7th. When that happens, tensions will begin to rise. This triangular design is getting so tight that it will break just like a spring when it's squeezed. The stars seem to be aligning. Following the most recent major explosion, a tendency has developed over the past 3 years. There has to be some logic behind it. If this plan works as planned, Shiba Inu purists may finally have their opportunity. Now things are beginning to line up. According to a weekly chart released by Bitfinity, this enormous triangle started to take shape not long after the Shiba Inu hit its all-time high in October 2021. Since then, the Shiba Inu price has been moving in a quite tight triangle, with lower highs and constant support at the same level. Take this into consideration. Every time the Shiba Inu tried to run higher, someone would bring it back down, just like in March and December of last year. However, regardless of the level of pressure, it never entirely failed either. After 3 years of this continual yin and yang, the Shiba Inu has managed to stay put thanks to its very strong support line, which has been soaking up all the water. We are now approaching the exact point of the triangle. Around that point you can usually hear more noise than before. Something must give way. As soon as it occurs, it happens quickly. If Shiba Inu can break through the initial barrier, its price could continue to rise, according to Bitfinity's chart. About 4.0 is the most important goal, but the end goal is 3 mix zeros 1, and everyone is watching it closely. Things start to go nuts at this point. When compared to Shiba Inu's current standing, the 3 mix 0 point represents an increase of over 733%. That kind of massive activity is necessary. Whether you've been holding or are only now becoming aware of it, this setting has the potential to drastically change the outcome. Now it's more than simply words on paper. The pattern, the time, and the chart are all in perfect sync with each other. Furthermore, nobody is paying attention to this. Still, it's a big deal. New data from Into the Block shows that Shiba Inu owners are becoming more committed over the long run. Wallets designed to hold Shiba Inu for an extended period of time are becoming more popular, but those catering to short-term traders, or those holding for a few months, are becoming less common. This indicates that individuals are beginning to believe in the coin's long-term potential, rather than its short-term viability. That is a major point. Greater stability, lessening of panic sales, and relief from individuals seeking quick profits are all on the horizon. The market is experiencing a welcome respite. As positive momentum builds, it forms a significantly firmer foundation when only true holders remain. In addition, the trade climate seems to be improving. Even when market sentiment turned negative and investors bet against the Shiba Inu breed, a coin glass chart shows that the price of the breed never completely fell. The critical support level remained rigid. The stock was unable to be driven lower despite multiple attempts by short sellers. It appears that the current trend is shifting. As the market is slowly but surely returning to favoring long positions, confidence is rising. In most cases, that happens right before a steep climb. In light of the following developments, a rise in long-term holders, a fall in sell pressure, the preservation of solid support, and a beginning of a mood shift, it appears as though the scene is being set up for something major to happen. In search of something more significant than just a stepping stone, the rising level of communal unrest is just making matters worse. The general public is under the impression that the price of Shiba Inus will soon drop to zero. That's a huge deal. Owners of Shiba Inus should not be misled by statistics. It revolves around a major achievement. It would indicate that the price has finally broken out of its prior range and into something more significant after years of waiting. It is starting to seem less like a pipe dream and more like a realistic prospect based on everything we have addressed so far, including the long-term graph setup, the growing market, and the trend toward long-term holders. Additionally, crypto rank data shows that Shiba Inu has